Students, good morning. Now let us take another question, that is, describe the concept of phonemes and allophones. How do minimal pairs and complementary distribution help in identifying phonemes in language, right? So here we are going to discuss phoneme, allophones, pairs and complementary distribution, right? So let us start. That's a funny. We had already discussed in the class. That's a sound, meaningful, like meaningful, smallest sound. So the same here they are saying that the phoneme is the smallest, meaning distinguished sound unit. So that is a clear sound and mm, uh, a meaningful distinguished sound unit in a language, and it is an abstract mental unit represented in slashes, right? Example T. How a mental apps, that's a abstract mental unit. Why mental unit? Because suppose we have decided that this shape is used for sure sound, so that is, you have to associate this symbol with the sure sound. So that association, like symbols and the sound, association of symbols and sound, that is mental practice. Without mental exercise you cannot remember these symbols, right? So that is why phoneme is a mental unit represented. That's a abstract mental unit which is represented in a slashes. That's a example T. Changing one phoneme for another creates new word with a different meaning, right? So naturally, suppose this is j, right? This is j and this is j. So this j is used for judge, right? Judge, this judge, and this judge is vision, right? Right, here I am writing that's a judge is vision, right? So that is used for this vision. So the same they are saying that changing one phoneme for another creates a new vision, a new word for a different meaning, right? Example, they are saying PB. Okay, they are talking about set, that's a pin, bin, right? Chin, tin, kin, right? So all only one sound from one place. If you change meaning, is the meaning changes. So the same they are talking about, this is called phoneme. PB are separate phonemes because they distinguish the word pet and bed. Now, an allophone is a predictable, non meaning distinguishing phonetic realization. Important, that's a realization. We just realize and meaning does not change. Non meaning distinguishing phonetic realization. Okay, and predictable, it can be predicted of a single phoneme, right? Means allophones are represented in square bracket, and allophones are represented in a square bracket. For example, if you say that T, right? So the phoneme T in English has allophones like aspirated or unaspirated. Aspirated, when you start the spelling which starts with T, it's all aspirated. Tough, right? Tongue, top, tear, right? Tool. So it's all aspirated because T in all these words, T starts in the T comes in the beginning, and that creates aspirated sound, means her sound, right? That is created when you say teeth, right? In Indian context we taste teeth. Actually, it's a teeth. It's a table. So that's her sound. That sounds are called aspirated sound. Now come to the unaspirated. That's a T. So that is strip, and then style and stop. So that is unaspirated, right? Where there is no her sound. Unaspirated. It's not like that, right? So that is called these there are two type, and even you notice your position of tongue when you start, when you speak all words which start with T, so that is aspirated. I gave you example tongue, top, tip, right? So every time tongue, top, tip, so your tongue, tip of tongue goes behind the it twisted, and then it goes behind and it touches to roof of the mouth, tongue twisted. But when you say that for unaspirated, so stop, is sick, stool, so that's a tip of the tongue fixes in lower, behind lower teeth ridge, so that position is also changed. That can be felt only, that's a meaning, does not change. Stop is a stop, tongue is tongue, so meaning does not change. And that is why they are telling that this t, that variation of t does not change the meaning, and it's predictable, because and it's realization, right? That is realization in pronunciation. When you magnifying, when you think, like listen very carefully, then only you'll be able to realize different sounds of t. But that is just sounds, that does not change meaning, are called allophones. Example, the phoneme t in English has allophones like the aspirated, as in top, right? And unaspirated T in stop. So I'm telling you the same in other words. When all words which start with T, so that is aspirated sound in the beginning. But when T comes in the middle or last, so the same T sound changes, right? This, for example, is stop. So that's a stop, strip, uh, style, right? So here aspiration, that her sound is not produced, right? So that is the difference. While this they sound different, replacing one with other does not change the word's meaning. The same we have discussed, that's a hardly matters, that's a what's a t sound comes, different sounds of t may be there, but then that's a sound little bit change, but meaning does not change. Our native speaker simply perceives, they understand, right, perceive them as the same sound t, because they used to speak t. So that's why native speakers simply perceives them as same sound t. They don't notice, because they are very fluent and familiar with that language, and that's why they are not able to notice. But then we outsiders notice that there are different sound of t which are called allophones, right? Now identifying phonemes, so two key tests are used. How to identify phonemes, so that there for identifying phonemes, that there are uh, two key tests are there, and to determine if two sounds are separate phonemes or allophones, right? So we will see, right? Minimal pair. For separate phonemes, definition: minimal pair consists of two words that are identical in every sound except one, mm, and the different results in difference in meaning. Function: the two sounds when placed in same position in otherwise identical words create a different meaning. We have already discussed this. That, for example, this is the pair sip and zip, right? It's minimal pair. I give you example. Uh, Wait a minute. I'll give you example. That's a pin, tin, right? Sip, zip, sip, right? Pub, hub, hub. So these are the pairs, right? So here just one sound, the same they are telling, I am telling in different way. That's a minimal pair. Since changing s and Z changes the meaning changes here. When word change, when sound change, that is called minimal pair, right? Minimal pairs means you have to take two words with the same three letters words, so that's same letter words you have to take. Suppose you are taking another, that is uh, uh, pool, right? Cool, right? Tool. So this is minimal pair, right? Here every sound, that's a minimal pair because this changed the meaning. That is called minimal pair, right? Same position, first letter you have to change, and four letter word you have to take. This is the condition of minimal pair. Now, last for today, that's a complementary distribution. So, what is complementary? That is allophones. Complementary, along with is called complementary. So that's a two sounds are complementary distribution if they never occur in the exact same phoneme environment. That is in a phoneme, that's a minimal pair. That's same position, but just opposite. In allophone they never occurred in the same place, right? Same, that is called same place means phonetic environment. These are the words, and these are words around the main word are called phonetic environment. So the environment one sound appears is in precisely the environment other sounds does not. Example, we'll see if two sounds are in complementary distribution, they are usually allophones of the same phoneme. For example, their occurrence is determined by their surrounding sounds. Example, the aspirated T occurs beginning, we have already discussed, stress syllable, top, right? Then tongue, table, right? While unaspirated occurs after S, stop, stripe, style, store, right? So that is unaspirated since they never occur the same environment, right? Never occur the same environment. That's the stop, style, right? Are allophones, and that's a single phoneme T. Thus, these are the allophones of T, right? T, that's a style, and then the stop, right? And then so that is this T is unaspirated. So I will discuss it more later on. Now here I'm winding up because I have to close this video, and then I'll be continuing with distinguish between NP and VP using examples, very important. So the same I'm going to continue later on. Thank you so much.